Everybody, this is HZad again from HZad Education. I thought I would make this video to give some really good tips about CELPIP Speaking, which can use some templates, and those templates can be applied in all 8 sections of CELPIP Speaking. So here's what we got to do. When you do CELPIP 1, which is giving advice, you have to start with a greeting. Okay, start saying something like, hello, Bob, Sarah, whatever the friend's name is. How are you? I heard that. And now you say the problem. For example, I heard that you have been under great stress. I heard that you are looking for a job, whatever the case is. And then you say, I have a few suggestions for you. Firstly, secondly, thirdly. Okay, say 3 suggestions, with each suggestion being 20 seconds long. This way, your suggestions will be 1 minute. Your intro and conclusion will be the rest of the time, which will be a total of 90 seconds. Okay, so after your 3rd suggestion, you want to go to the conclusion, which is going to be something like, I hope you understand my suggestions, talk to you soon, and take care, bye-bye. So any simple greeting will do. Okay, let's go on to number 2, CELPIP Speaking 2. What you do here is you start with something not usual. Don't say, today I would like to talk about. Instead, I like to say, there are many, and one of them is. So what that means is, for example, talk about your favorite possession, it says. You can say there are many possessions I have, but my favorite one is whatever. Okay, start with that. It's a little fancy, a little different for the examiner. Now you start describing the possession, of course. Finish off with overall. The final sentence will be overall, I love this possession, it's great, and it really helps me out. Anything that's related to the topic, but start with overall, it really helps. And guys, make sure that when you describe the topic, it should just have 2 or 3 main qualities, because it is 1 minute, so it runs out pretty fast. Okay, now part 3 and part 4, you're describing the picture. It's going to be different every time, so we can't really make a template for it. What I will suggest is make sure you use good connectors. Use furthermore, likewise, on the other hand, for connecting people. Make sure to also use words like on the top, on the right, on the bottom, on the background, and on the foreground. Background is just the behind part, and foreground is the one forward, right? Like one you can see closest to you. So use those directions to help the examiner navigate. Plus, everybody's going to say, these people are doing this, these people are doing that. So how are you going to get more marks than the other person? Is by having a range of vocab. So what you need to do is also describe the feelings. Like this person is running excitedly towards that person. Or this person looks nervous, whereas this person is doing whatever happily. Not too many expressions, of course, I'm just exaggerating here, but you get the point, right? It should have more adjectives, more adverbs, so you have a range of vocab, and you will stand out. Your speaking will sound more interesting, and it will have more analysis. Okay? Now, when you go to your comparison question, number 5, you address the person, first of all. If it's family or friend, so hey, whoever, how are you? And if it's your boss or someone formal, then hi there, Mr. Whatever, how are you doing? Okay. Now you start with, I heard that. This start is very important, because if you use this, you could have a lot of points done in it together. For example, I heard that you were going with this option because it includes this, whereas I thought it would be better to go with that option because it comes with this. Okay, directly by saying this intro, you're able to put lots of points in there. And that's important, right? Because when we're doing this part 5, we're trying to say everything. All points that are positive about our option, and all points that are negative about the other option, we have to say bad stuff about the other option too. So while we're trying to do that, we need a strong start which doesn't waste time and directly goes into the matter. If you use what I mentioned just now, you will be able to cover lots of content that way. Okay, now once you get into it, try to say words like however, nevertheless, nonetheless, on the other hand, because you're comparing the 2 options. So you want to use good words for comparison. At the end, you say, I hope you understand, and I hope you agree with me. Let me know what you think. Take care, goodbye. Okay, that's your greeting at the end. Now, we're at part 6, which is talking to someone about a difficult situation. You start with the name, greeting, hello, whoever, how are you, and then you get into the topic. While you get into this topic, make sure you have a good description. For example, let's say you're apologizing to someone for missing their party. You have good reasonings, like you have something else to do, etc. So, of course, that's the whole story. Can't really give you a template here because the question is different every time. However, one thing you can use is apology. Okay, mostly in these questions you're apologizing to someone, so you're missing someone's party. You can say at the end, you know what, I'm really sorry that I couldn't attend it. I wish I could make it up to you somehow, but I do really feel guilty. Okay, so adding an apology is a high quality content for this question because usually you are apologizing for something and explaining a difficult situation. At the end of it, you can say anything depending on the situation. It could be a bunch of concluding sentences like, let me know what you think, or I hope you understand, or if you have any other solution in mind, let me know. Or if you want something really general, you can say, that's all I got for now, but I'll wait for your response. Okay, something like that. Do a greeting, have a good day, take care, goodbye, one of those or all of those. And that's it for part 6. Part 7, giving opinion. You start with, in my opinion. That should be the first sentence. In my opinion, and then give your opinion. So your opinion should be very clear from the get-go. Then you say there are several reasons for this. Once again, firstly, secondly, thirdly. List your 3 reasons. Okay. Each reason should be, again, 20 seconds, just like we did in speaking part 1. 20 seconds per firstly, per secondly, per thirdly. Now you got your 3 points, and the rest of the time will be for the intro and conclusion. Your conclusion in this will simply rephrase your intro. Okay, your intro, your opinion at the start, just rephrase that. At the end of your 3rd point, say that overall, I still firmly believe that this is the case because of whatever reasons, like because of economic reasons, because of health reasons, whatever you have mentioned. Okay, so make sure to repeat your opinion at the end, and that is your part 7. An easy way to remember this is part 1 and part 7 are the only questions which are 90 seconds long, and each of them, in those, we have the strategy of speaking of 3 points. Firstly, secondly, thirdly. Okay, no other question we do that. Only in parts 1 and 7. So you can remember it like that. Finally, coming to part 8, we have the picture, which is always difficult to describe, and the picture is always different. So once again, a template cannot be made. CELPIP is smart by giving us a variety of different questions because we can't copy the same template. What we can do is, though, remember if it's a formal person, you say, hi there, my name is this, and I'm calling because. So that's when you're calling a company or someone formal. But if question number 8 says you talk to a family member or friend, then you simply say, hey, whoever, how are you? I wanted to discuss something and get on the topic. Now describe the picture, okay, and describe it like you would describe it in part 3, which is describing the picture question. Because a lot of people get too much involved in the situation. Like, let's say you have a broken car and it shows you the broken pieces of the car. Now, instead of defining the car, you're talking about how much you're panicking, how stressed you are. Yeah, you can say a little bit of that, but don't forget to define the car. That's on the picture. Make sure to explain the picture really well, whatever you can see. And then, of course, a bit of your feelings and the situation as well. And at the end, in the conclusion, you propose what to do next. Sometimes the question tells you, like with a broken car, maybe the question will say, ask your family to help you. So you would simply say, hey guys, can you come down here and help me out? I'm really stressed about what I'm going to do. Or if the question doesn't give you a solution, you can make one of your own. For example, you can say, well, I'm not sure about what I could do with this car, but I will call my insurance and maybe they can figure out something for me. Okay? So you see, with the ending, you have to make it according to the question. It's always different, so make sure to improvise. Okay, and overall, now that we're done with the 8 questions, make sure, as I mentioned earlier, have a range of vocab. Everybody's going to say the ordinary things, but you need to have a range of vocab, which means good vocab, but also not just verbs, not like he's doing something, but have some adjectives, like he's doing something efficiently, which is an adverb, efficiently, or let's say, he looks extremely afraid instead of just he looks afraid. By adding extremely, by adding these lees, you have more adverbs, you have more range of vocab. Let's say when you're defining your broken car, you can say, it looks like a mess. Simple sentence, right? But you say, it looks like a horrible mess. Horrible is an adjective. It gives you more range. You have adjectives, adverbs, and verbs and nouns, of course. Then you have a range of vocab. Make sure to also use connectors like furthermore, likewise, moreover, accordingly. These are good complex connectors. Basic connectors are like also, plus, similarly. Make sure to use concluding words. I have mentioned in this video the word overall. You can also use therefore, hence. Use some good connectors so it makes a good range of vocab and your overall speaking would sound amazing. Make sure to also not make grammar mistakes, do good vocab, and also have good pauses in between. So not just to talk continuously, but to pause a little between your sentences. So it shows that you're in control and you're not stressed with the time. Control and tone are just as important in CELPIP speaking as are grammar, vocab, and other things. Okay guys, so I hope you learned something valuable from this video. It went a little longer than I wanted, but I hope you can replay it where you want to write down the notes on the different templates, and hopefully you can apply them. These templates can be applied in many places, and we teach these to students, and they're able to make a pretty good structure with good organization for CELPIP speaking. For more tips, please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel here at HZad Education, and you can visit our website at www.hzadeducation.com for more tips, reviews, class details, and a lot more content. Thank you very much, and you take care.